change where you kind of had, you were in such a good situation, about 4.5 to go. Was there something that emotionally changed? Were you thinking something?
No, it's a couple things. If you notice who started scoring, we were doing something that we needed to do the entire game, which was fronting the post. The way we confront the post and deny Gustafson the ball was the 4. She wasn't taking the shots at the beginning. She was backing down. I'm sure the coach told her to step up and take the high post shots. Okay, so she started knocking some of those. When the defensive 4 has to come up, that exposes, that exposes what is considered one of the best posts in the country. And so I think that we could have done better. We needed to front her. At the end of the day, we still have got to front her. What can I say? And I think that it was tough. I thought that our post did a nice job for the most part. But things like this, even though we only got 10 free throws, you got to hit those free throws. That's number one. Even though we didn't get a lot of layups, we got to make a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 layup. Simple as that. I thought that we did a decent job of not losing the possessions, but it was still too much. You know, we got to do a better job. So to turn it over 16 times, not against a team like Iowa. And I'm hurt about that because in that last shot that she took to take it into the overtime, you would think that we would know to step out there to force this kid to take a 2, not a 3. So, it is what it is. I think that we did a good job of things that we were looking to do. We were concerned about the back door, but we got a couple of those on us. And what can you say? Am I talking about the perfect game? I'm talking about the fact that I know that we could not put ourselves in a position to get a back door. That's easy stuff for them because that's what they do. So we just need to do a better job of focusing. We need to do a better job of denying a post. We need to do a better job of hitting free throws. And the one thing that we may have proven to ourselves is that you know something, this same team, Iowa, has beaten up on whatever. Is it Maryland or Ohio State? Okay, good. They've beaten up Ohio State. They've had some outstanding wins, and we did too. But we've got to put it together. We're not a bad team. Sometimes we look bad, but I thought that we played inspired, and it could be said that we were a little tired, but I don't know that I would say that. Look. Who's this kid? Mackenzie Meyer, number 3. She played 44 minutes. Gustafson, she played 42 minutes. We didn't play people like that kind of time. So, hey, call it what you like when it comes down to the big-time games. And in the big-time circumstances, we've got to show up in the big-time way with big-time minutes and not make mistakes. And it's as simple as that. So I thought we played inspired. I was pleased about that. I'm hoping that we gained far more from that than Iowa did in escaping with an overtime win.
Coach, to piggyback on that, you said something as far as you played in spurts. Mentally, you can play with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like you played first half very well, and then you run your transition game, and things are falling for you guys, and then it seemed like the second half, guys seemed like you wasn't unsure, you're looking, standing around. What does that contribute to?
I personally think that we were tired. I could have put some other people in there, but I don't think that they were capable of executing in the way that they needed to. I thought that, like when you have an option, let's say that you're running a pattern, and you have an option for maybe a player to get a 12-foot shot, a 15-foot shot, guard to get a 15, which is should be makeable, right? But you choose to make a pass to a player that is out of her element when she's taking a three, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, I think that we needed to think. You just got to think. As simple as that. You know, that's why you get two options. You got this and you got that. You know, I thought that we lost some possessions because to play this game and win, you've got to take advantage of every possession. You know, and any time that you have a shot that you're making a pass to a five that has to take a critical shot in a secondary position, that's a mistake. Now, most people might not think about it that way, but I thought that the Post really did a good job for the most part. We need them to be much more skilled hitting shots, hitting those jumpers, you know, at those elbows. But at the end of the day, honestly, we need more consistency in the perimeter shooting. We need more consistency, you know, with our guards, getting it to the rim, simple as that, and making the right decisions. That's a mental thing, you know, and not to let them go back door because they hit us twice on that. Was it necessary? No, because they weren't killing anybody with those 3-point shots, and when they were making those cuts, when the pass was made into the post, those cuts were coming into the key. So we just need to be, shall we say, just a little bit more controlled, a little smarter, you know, because we can talk all we want about what needs to happen, but when a team is ready to, let me say it like this, when a team is ready to be a Final Four team and take it to the next level, then everything they do in every practice is so focused that there's a way you practice, there's a way the team demands that each person does what they need to do. Being that I've coached 3 different teams at 3 different schools, I know what that looks like. So sometimes, you know, I might say that's a turnover, and they're looking at me like, why would you make a pass like this? Or why would you make this decision? And they'll go, well, what are you talking about? Because they didn't see the turnover. But I know that when push comes to shove, you see, if you will, Gustafsson is their Lord. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many shots he's going to miss. Their Lord, they're going to go to the Lord at the end. Am I right? That's who showed up. So every team has got to have a Lord. So no matter what we've got to do is make so-and-so got whoever did, who number 4, you're gonna have to kill us. But how many players are capable of taking that responsibility on? You know, that's when people start to choke. You know what I mean? And that's the decision that you have to make. And Chase Cawley did begin to hit some shots. She did begin to hit shots. But hey, I'd rather she hit shots than the other people because I know what the other one does. It's like deal with the known and leave the unknown alone. Period. And that's what it is. But I think that overall, they got 28 foul shots. Wow, that's pretty damn good. We get 5. That's what happens all the time. And I have to look at the tape, but long story short is we're just a bad fouling team. They need to call us Rutgers fouls. Because we lose bad. I mean, it's not even like we get 5 less. As a rule, we get 15 less foul shots than everybody else. And it hurts because I need to find out what we're doing. But we're obviously fouling a whole lot of people. And in some of these instances, you know, I know that we intentionally fouled, so maybe that's the case. But it's amazing. We were playing a zone, a matchup zone. They were playing more of a man. So that's interesting. Generally, people who play man are the ones that foul, but that's not the way it is here. But no matter what, I think that I've coached teams that we know that what we must do is be so darn good that we take it out of everybody's hands. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What somebody decides they want to do. It's so far gone that there is no recourse. Because when you start to ask someone to help you, please, this foul, that foul, then the game's not in your control anyway. And that's what we as coaches are trying to teach our players. How do you learn? Because that's the game of life. No one's going to give you anything. And when you're at home, you've got to take control. It's interesting because I was saying to the team, I was really upset with practice yesterday. Very upset with practice. And my reason for that is, I really just want things done a certain way, and so I don't intend to necessarily compliment you for things that I consider to be basic. You should be blocking out. You should be doing this. Come on. Why did people accept it? Well, gee, I didn't do that wrong. I didn't do that wrong. Come on. So then, it's always my bad. And this was really frustrating to me. So I was telling them, aside from the fact that I'm very personally emotional, and so it was very stressful for me to even think about this being these seniors' last game. So I would rather be angry with them, and then I don't have to be emotional last night, because I really hate senior night, because to me I always feel like I'm losing my family. And so I was kind of angry because, as far as I was concerned, I just cut practice short, an hour short. Just leave me alone. Then they're just not listening, and they're not doing what they need to do. And keep on my bad. I don't want to hear it anymore. So I was just telling them, no, but you know what? What's interesting about this is I was just saying to them just before the game that they may take it that I'm just angry with them, but I shared that I was glad that they messed up, so that I couldn't get as emotionally involved with them as I am. But so much of that had to do with, Dag, same thing, you didn't front the post. Same thing, the pass that went into the post, that cut the, come on, you can't let this happen. You got to jump to that pass. And those are the things, it's like, to me, it's like when you have, if you're a parent and you keep telling your child, don't touch that stove. You touch that stove, you're going to get burned. You understand what I'm saying? But invariably, that kid's going to touch that stove. Or my bad. And I just remember one time we had this, my youngest brother was always getting in trouble. He was doing things he shouldn't be doing, plugging things in, and I remember my father sitting there, and we saw him take he was plugging this thing into a live, it was a raw, if you will, wall plug or something. And my dad said, he had just told him, he said, Jack, now don't mess with that plug. So Jack looks at him, we're having dinner, and he starts to sneak. And I saw my brother getting ready to go over there. So my mom was saying to my dad, buddy, just stop. Because he knew that he was going to get shocked. My dad sat there patiently and watched that boy put the plug into the wall. So naturally, Jack went like this, and my mom was upset because she said, well, that was cruel. You shouldn't have done that. My point is that my dad said, I bet you won't do that again. You understand what I'm saying? And probably all of you have had that kind of experience. So you can plead all you want, and you can talk about, don't make the mistake of jumping for that, because we guarantee you there's going to be a cut. When you got the wing and you got the baseline, that ball goes into the post, but trust me, there's going to be a cut. So jump to that. There's no point in overplaying that drop. And this is where you need to cover it. Just tell everything. But sometimes, you just have to, the game can't be perfect. But, young people will make mistakes. But the point is that as a parent, as a coach, you're trying to avoid those things that you possibly can. And hopefully we have the mindset that we're going to be much more aggressive, that we accept the fact that we need to do better. Because other than that, we're going to find ourselves sitting at home. And I don't want to do that. And I don't think they want to as well. But we got a monster. The Big Ten is no joke. And that's what we know.
When you said, on one hand, someone will look at a schedule and say, well, you're off a week. On the other hand, senior night usually brings its own emotions and a lot of things that are just not there in other games sometimes.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm going to tell you something between me and you. the fact that we were off a week really was a blessing, because I think that we, you might say, believe me, it was a blessing. Believe me, it was a blessing. By the time we go through the things that we go through, it was a blessing. But having said that, I think that what happens is that, I could stay forever because I know what we need to do to be ready. You know, like, and let me say this, because you watched at Cheney, this team, they were excellent. You know, it doesn't matter where they come from, so they're going to beat Maryland and Penn State and all the other teams. They didn't have anything. They didn't have any scholarships, but you know what? At the end of the day, this was a team that wouldn't let me or anybody else leave the floor unless we got it right. Coach, can we go over that press again? Can we do this? Can we do that? I think that today's young people too often are satisfied, you know, and so if I don't say anything about it, it's okay. And it's not okay. You know what I mean? It's not okay. I would much rather have them say, Coach, can we go over this, and make me stay, because I want to stay. So when I say it's a blessing, we were able to do things that we said that we knew how to do, but we didn't really. You know, so we were able to expose some things. They probably wish that we had games, because everybody, whether you're professional or otherwise, you know that you don't work when you have games. You don't work. You know what I mean? Some people will get in there and play a little bit, but you're not going at something for 2 or 3 hours to get something exact. You understand what I'm saying? Exact. So well, no, you have to take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? How you said that. You know how you said that. But maybe we can, you know, get things calmed down and find ourselves showing up for the Big Ten tournament. And that's the only thing we can do, take care of Northwestern. And then if we can commit ourselves to really demonstrating with a win who we are. Not, yeah, you know, we could, no, I don't want to hear it. Just, could we have done this? And, you know, it was senior night. We had all kind of things. The governor was here. You know, we had senior night. Some of our top recruits were here today. And, you know, I wish it could have been better.